In today's session of Divorce Court, James Turner says his wife Rachel should have never married him.
Mr. Turner, were you happy to have an older woman liking you?
No, I was 16 when she
You lied to me.
She lied to me, told me she
I was 19.
20.
A 19-year-old woman took advantage of you. Oh, this is a new one. Mr. Turner says you took advantage of his youthfulness.
That is not true.
Did you want a little boy?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Were you trying to rob the cradle?
No, ma'am, I was not.
So why are you dealing with a 16-year-old and not finding out about it?
Now Rachel Turner squares off with James Turner in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of James Turner versus Rachel Turner. Now, Ms. Turner, I'm advised that you lived together or dated each other for 9 years. You got married. It's been a year and a half, and now you want a divorce. Could you explain that to me?
Yes, Your Honor. On July 4th of last year, we spent it together. We had a wonderful time. He kissed me goodbye, said he was going to work. I did not hear from him for 3 days. I called his job, and they told me that James did not work there. They have never heard of him.
Your Honor, we was already...
The job that he told you he was working?
Yes, ma'am.
We was already broke up before 4th of July, Your Honor.
So you said you don't know why she calling you on the 4th of July anyway?
No, ma'am,
Your
that
Honor,
is
we was
not
already
true.
broke up before the 4th of July. I think the last time we tried to reconcile our relationship was in March, around March. And
that is
the reason
not
how
true.
she found out I went out of town for the 4th of July was that she real close to my family, Your Honor.
That is not true.
She is,
Yes,
it is. She is real close to my family.
I was with him on the 4th of July.
They just wouldn't tell her any and every information possible.
Well, being close to your family is the difference between the fact that she said she was with you.
We was not together, Your Honor. That's how
family.
manipulative she is,
We were
Your Honor.
out of town.
She could
I
take
saw
any
his
clue
relatives
about me
that I have
and
never
turn it
seen
any which way
before.
she
Hold on a
wants to.
second. She said she was with you. You meaning with him?
Yes, ma'am.
His
We
body
drove,
physically with yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Same
we
place?
drove in my truck. His cousin, his cousin's friend.
Yeah.
We were in my truck and we drove
We didn't even go in your
On the
truck.
4th of July.
We didn't
Yes,
even go
ma'am.
in her truck, Your Honor. We went in my
His
car.
car
Well,
was
wait a
not.
minute. You said you weren't together. Now, she's saying that you went in the truck. You said you went in the car, but you said you weren't together.
We
now,
wasn't
somebody's
together.
not
That's how I
telling
know
the
she
truth.
lied, because we didn't go in no
Your Honor,
truck.
we went in my truck.
Who's
Me and
we went in your car?
my cousin, and a couple of his friends. It was a fella's night out for the 4th of July.
No, ma'am.
And you don't
No,
recall
ma'am.
your wife being in that
I
car
was
with
there.
you?
She was nowhere a part of that.
I met relatives
She was
that I have
nowhere
never
a part
met
of that,
before.
Your Honor.
His
Nowhere.
cousin's
Wait a
father.
minute, Mrs. Turner, what
Yes,
makes
ma'am.
you believe that you were in the truck with Mr. Turner and his cousins?
Because, first of all, I was driving the truck. We had been split up 2 weeks. We got back together. We spent 4th of July together. I picked his cousin
We split up 100 times.
I
What you
picked
talking
his
about?
cousin. That is true.
Well, maybe that's the whole point.
That
you
is
split
true.
up so much
Oh,
you
I'm
can't
saying
recall which day.
I picked
she's
his
trying to
cousin
take every.
up.
Your
No,
Honor,
I picked his
swear.
cousin
up.
Through every
Wait,
time
no.
we've separated, she could
Mr.
take any
Turner.
detail.
Let's just try. I don't even know the significance of the 4th of July.
That's when it
But
all started.
Oh, that's when he
That's
said
when-
you split up
no.
100 times.
Ma'am, this is when it all started, and this is after the 4th of July when he stayed gone for 3 days. This is when it all ended, because when he came
But
home,
that's
his
when it
bags was
ended for
packed.
good?
Yes, ma'am. His
It was
bags was
over
packed.
before then,
No,
Your
ma'am,
Honor.
it
It
was
was over
not.
before.
So what's this about splitting up 100 times before?
We had split up before. That is true. I have
How
kicked
many
him out.
times?
He has left maybe about 8 or 9 times, plus so many times over the past 10 years. I just
Why?
So you've been playing
stopped
ping
counting.
pong,
Why?
back and
Yes,
forth,
ma'am.
back and forth.
Why?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
And what's the reason for all of that?
What's the reason?
Yeah.
First of all, because we really shouldn't have
Why?
been together in the first place.
Because you
Wait a
manipulative.
minute now. For
No,
the
I'm
last,
not manipulative. He's a liar.
Can I-
Whatever. Well, you whatever.
He's a liar.
Whatever. I was 16 when she met
So
me.
why?
Yes, because you
were
lied
how
to
I
old?
me.
was 16 when she
You
met me.
lied
And
to
how
me.
old
She
was
lied to
Mrs.
me, told
Turner?
me she
I
was
was 19.
19, 20.
Oh, this is a new one.
I was
Oh,
16.
wait a
No,
minute,
ma'am.
wait a minute.
He lied to
So,
me when
so
we
what
met.
16-year-old is not going to take
Hold
any kind
on,
of
Mr. Turner.
relationships?
So you're saying that this time, it's a new twist. Haven't heard this one before.
Yes, ma'am.
You were 16.
I was
Mrs.
19.
Turner was 19.
He
she
told
took
me he
advantage
was-
of you.
No, that's what I'm saying. We were dating.
Is that what you're telling me?
No, I mean,
A 19-year-old woman took advantage of you.
She tried to lay some responsibilities. She already had a son. I didn't have no kids when we first met. She tried to lay all these responsibilities on me
No,
at
I
one
did
time.
not.
I'm just a freshman
I
in high
did
school,
not.
Your Honor.
You lied
She
to
lied
me
to me,
about
told
how
me
you-
she was
you
a
lied to
student
me
at
about
Prairie View
how you
Hold on,
A&M.
let's get some ground rules in here. You real mad, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Because she's taken everything that
Okay.
she know about me and twisted it around.
That is not true.
But no matter how mad you are, you have to let me talk when I'm talking. That's for both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're saying that she took advantage of you and put responsibility on you at age 16 because she already had a child and you did. How did she take advantage of you, Mr. Turner?
She lied to me, told me she was 19 or 18, however old she said she was. So I started bringing around my family.
Mr. Turner says you took advantage of his youthfulness.
That is not true.
When he was only 16 years
No,
old,
ma'am, that is not true.
You were a woman of the world, 19 years old, already had a child.
He told me he was
could
18 for the
manipulate.
term 19. I did not manipulate him at all.
So he
told
lied
me-
to you
Yes,
about his
ma'am.
age.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't bother to find out if he was a man or not.
No, I was
In terms
going,
of legal
I was a
age.
student. I was a
When she
student.
did
No,
find
Mr.
out.
ma'am.
Turner,
When I
did
saw
you find
him,
out if he was
No, ma'am, I did
his
not.
age? Why not?
Because when I met him, he did look that age.
So then you
I just
understand
went
when
by-
me and say I dated her and she was 16 years old and I was 22, but she looked 18.
Yes, ma'am, I do understand.
So
that.
you didn't bother to try to inquire?
No, ma'am.
You
that
could go
was-
beyond looks,
that
couldn't you
was-
have?
Yes, ma'am, I could have.
Did
When
you want a
his-
little boy?
No, ma'am, I did not. I had a little boy.
So were you trying to rob the cradle?
No, ma'am, I was not.
So why are you dealing with a 16-year-old
I
and
did
not
not
finding
know.
out
If I would
about
have
it?
known he was 16, believe me, I would. I have never talked
What
to him.
energy did it take to find out how old he
Your
was?
Honor, it
Well,
didn't take
when
but
I
a couple
was
of days.
actually no, it wasn't a couple of days. It was around his birthday. His cousin told me he was 15 or something, and I was like, James.
Honor,
He says, "No, you're lying. No, shut up." Shut up. He said, "No, you're that's not true."
You didn't want to know once you found the man, liked the man, it didn't matter to you, and then when they told you he wasn't, you didn't want to hear it.
Well, he told me no, that was what they're saying.
But his
wasn't
cousin
true.
told you that he was.
Yeah, but she said 14 or 15, and he said no, that's not true.
But
so
assume-
then I asked him, and we talked about it. He
Why
kept
didn't you
on
go ask
saying,
his mother?
Because he wasn't living with his mother.
So?
The
That's
next
when
best
I did not,
thing,
and I didn't know. I did not know his mom.
Her
at the
best
time.
friend today, y'all, let me tell you, it wasn't even a couple of
Mr.
days.
Turner, did you lie about your age?
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
he trying to
get an
She
older
never
woman?
asked me, Your Honor. She
Yeah,
never asked me.
Okay, she never asked
that
you.
does
She
not
never asked
sound
me, Your
right.
Honor. First of
Now,
all, she
you
never asked me.
sound-
And
If he asked me how old I was, why wouldn't I ask him how old he was?
Your Honor, let me tell you
And
how
I
she found
told
out.
him
A
to
couple
turn
of
it-
days
Were you
later.
happy to have an older woman liking you?
No, I didn't know how old she was. I didn't know how old she was, Your Honor. But then again,
So why did you find out how old this woman was?
called. First of all, she told me she was living with some cousins, and that.
No,
I didn't ask you
you know
about
what I'm
where
saying?
she was living.
I didn't. You know.
Why didn't
I
you
figured,
bother to ask her age?
Cause I don't know, Your Honor. It
Didn't
wasn't-
matter to you either, huh?
I figured she was young like me, you know what I'm saying? She got there in the swimming pool mingling around with, with other kids with us, and
But she already had a baby, so that still didn't
And
question
that's
you
why
about
I was-
how old she was?
I know 12-year-olds who got babies, Your Honor.
Ooh.
When divorce court returns, James' testimony exposes the real problem in their marriage.
Her mother was with us everywhere we moved.
Oh, so that's the problem.
We never got along for the day one.
Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? Take your case to a new court show and be represented by a prominent attorney. Call 877-777-0099. Divorce Court is back as Rachel Turner testifies why she's finally ending her marriage to James.
If he's been playing around for the last 10 years and back and forth and separating, what's the point now?
The point now is it's over and we're ending it. And it's
Why
over.
is it over now, Mrs. Turner? It wasn't over before.
Why? Because the
What
blinders
has he
had to-
done now that says it's over?
I'm just actually tired of going back and forth. I'm tired of all the lies and all the
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it point
Yeah, she-
blank.
Okay, so
He
what
doesn't-
happened to make you get
I
so
don't-
tired all of a sudden?
I need something better. I need a man that's not gonna just live off of me and not work and not
Whatever.
do
Your Honor,
anything.
let me tell you
When did you
something.
come to this conclusion? I mean, what one thing said to you, all right, this time it's been back and forth. How do I know you're not wasting my time today? That it's still not over? That this is another one of your episodes of, ooh,
Drama
to the
queen,
side,
drama
and then next
queen.
week it'll
not
be back.
even.
Drama
Not even. Because
queen,
the
y'all.
blinders came out. I was thinking I was in love. I was just blinded to the fact that this was not the man for me. This was not a man at all.
I
He's
called it
still a
off.
little boy.
I called
Blinders
it off.
coming off after 10 years.
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
I think
it took a long
Your Honor, I
time.
called it off for the
People
simple
have
fact
told me over and
that
over again.
she hid
his
money
family,
from me.
my family,
all right,
over
now
and over.
you tell me what ended it for you.
She hid
After back and
she
forth.
hid finance. She hid money from me constantly.
That is not true.
That is, Your Honor.
No.
She hid
Mrs.
money
Turner,
constantly.
Mr. Turner, please.
I ended it.
Both of you stop talking at the same time, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I gave you an opportunity to tell me what ended it for you.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yes, ma'am.
You said your blinders came off.
Yes, they did.
I don't know how they stayed on for 10 years if
I
you're
don't
telling me
either.
back and
Stevie
forth.
Wonder.
I don't either.
You know, you must have had them glued. But now it's his turn to tell me
Your Honor, I ended this.
what ended your relationship. Why you stopped going back and forth? Is it over? Because don't be
It's
wasting my
over.
time.
It's over. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely
I done started a totally
So
another
now
new
why
life.
is it
Completely
so
over.
over for you now?
She constantly hid money from me, Your Honor. She constantly, I would find money under the bed, under the mattress, top of the closet, old shoe boxes. I mean, this is the fact. This is during the time that.
Why is that hiding money from you? Why is that keeping money for a rainy day? That's what they
Your
say.
Honor, if there was a rainy day, let me know so maybe I could contribute.
He was spending all the money we had
Let me
anyway.
know.
I asked you not to talk when he was talking.
If it was for a rainy day, let me know so I can help out. You know, if this gonna be our stash to put away, let me know so I can put some money in with it.
So how you
But Your Honor,
finding that she's hiding it?
She was always telling me she didn't have no money. She was always telling me, and normally I would get home first from work before she do, because she was out all night dropping off employees, picking up employees, like it's her responsibility to make sure they get back and forth to work. I mean, I could name 6 of them that she actually has done this for every day. I mean, I be at home first from work. I go home, cleans up. After I do all the cleaning, all the cooking anyway, I go home,
You didn't have
I
no
clean
job.
up. I'm looking under the bed. I find duffel bags with money. You know,
Duffel
dollar
bags
bill.
with money?
Duffel bags with money. I look
She
shoe
money?
boxes
What
with
day?
money. You know,
Mr. Turner, if you found the duffel bag under the bed with money, that's not much. That's not hiding. Because
Your
I
Honor,
mean, your little
without letting me
2-year-old.
know?
Do you have some children?
Yes, ma'am.
We
Your
had
little
children could have found that. So
Yes,
that's not
ma'am.
too much hiding.
We
No,
keep a
ma'am, I
lock
did
on our
not
door,
hide
Your Honor.
money from him.
We keep
No,
a
I
lock
did
on our
not.
door. Both of us
And
had
if you
we
found
had
them
a
in the
key top.
shoebox up on the shelf, that's not hiding.
No, ma'am, it is not.
Hiding would have been somewhere in the backyard, dug up.
Big as the grass got, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
no.
let me tell you something, y'all. That is hiding. It's for the fact that she did not tell me. You know, James, I'm keeping money up under the bed. You know,
If
this
she
is
told
for.
you, it wouldn't be for a rainy day.
Ma'am,
You
if I
go
told
spend it.
Okay,
Yes,
if I would have
ma'am.
had money,
He would go spend it.
what kind of excuse is that? I'm using it for a rainy day, Your Honor. That's not an excuse to have
Mr.
money.
Turner, if the money is under there, then that means that it's available, and she's not spending it somewhere else. So why are
Yes,
you
she
complaining
is.
about the fact that
Yes, she
she's
is.
keeping the money?
She was getting her hair braid, $175 for her and her mother, because after all, her mother was with us everywhere we moved.
No, ma'am.
Everywhere we moved.
No, ma'am.
We
His friends
got to the
lived
point to
there.
where her mother could move her because we never got along from the day one. We never got along.
Well, for 10 years, you're going to say you
No,
never got
you and
along.
my
That's a
Me and her
long
mother
time.
never.
What? No, James.
Never.
No,
never.
ma'am.
The day of our
No.
wedding, your mother said we shouldn't have got married.
Yes, she was right.
My
but my
people
mother
said
was
the
not
same
the only
thing.
one that said
But I was
that.
doing this for- we
My
were doing
mother
this
was
for
not
us,
the
Your
only
Honor.
one that said we
I had
shouldn't
my
have got
son.
All
married.
right. If you had been together for 9 years, you're married after
Yes, ma'am.
9 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm certain that during the 9 years you were going back and forth, and you probably were bickering just like you are now. Anybody could have come to that conclusion.
Yes, ma'am.
If I'd have walked up on you, a total stranger, I could have told you you don't need to get married tomorrow.
Your Honor.
Believe me,
Your
if I
Honor,
would have known you a total
we had
stranger
kids
and told me
involved, though,
that,
Your Honor. I had
yes,
my
we
son.
did.
But so you had the kids involved and you were living together. Why all of a sudden you get married
Listen,
and
Your
the
Honor,
kids are still there?
she had a child already. We came to a time in our relationship where we were trying to get custody of my son. Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am,
And-
we were. And who stopped those proceedings? You did.
You did.
No.
Be quiet, Miss Turner. I just want one question. What's the point? What you want here? Because I don't really feel like sitting here listening to all this bickering.
I gave him $600 to pay for the attorney for us to get custody
Your
of
Honor.
Be
our
quiet
son.
and
okay.
wait a minute. This is it. Joe, if you have to play referee, do so. I want one person's mouth open at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't raise your hand. Don't say a word. Same to you, Mrs. Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
Now go on and finish your statement.
Okay. We gave this attorney $600. I gave him the $600 for us to give to the attorney so we can get custody of our son. Okay. He stopped the proceedings because he said that him and the baby's mom were going to work something out, some kind of custody agreement, work it out. And so he stopped it. The attorney was not going to give us back the $600.
So you want me to give it back?
I'm just out $600.
So you want me to order it returned?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now,
That's
and
exactly
why do you
what I
think you
want.
should have?
Because if he wasn't going to go through with it, we shouldn't have started in the first place.
All right.
Because I was willing to go all the extra miles, all the extra steps, because in order to make this work
And it
out.
may have cost you more than $600.
Yes, ma'am. It was going to cost us more than $600.
All right. Now, you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Turner,
Your
what
Honor.
you have to say about the $600 fee to the attorney, which she's asking to be returned?
Right. The $600 fee came out of our income tax. We filed as a married couple. That was both of our money, Your Honor. That was both of our money. Why would you sue me? Why would you actually sue me for $600 trying to get my child together with your son to try to become a family? Why would you sue me for money like that when it was our money and it was our choice
We're not trying to be a family now.
It was our choice to do that.
Why are you talking to her? Is she gonna make a decision?
I'm just saying it don't make any sense. Why would she sue me for that money?
I don't know, but now why do you think you shouldn't have to pay it back?
We went to the attorney together. The attorney sat both of us down. And he said what the fee was gonna be. I came out of $300, she came out of $300. Because it was both of our money.
Okay, so now you've paid the money. Did you come to a custody agreement with the mother?
Yes, we did.
So you don't need the attorney anymore?
I didn't need an attorney anymore.
So the attorney didn't refund the money?
The attorney would not refund the money because he already put the hours of work in.
Why don't you think? Oh, so he had already put the hours of work in.
He already put the hours of work in. He filed paperwork. He got me into court. And
your position is that it was the money belonging to both of you.
Right.
You had an agreement to do this.
Right.
And so therefore you don't owe her any refund.
I don't owe her any money.
But it was for your child. Now,
but it was for our family, Your Honor. It was for us as a family. We were trying to get our family together. She cared for my son too. She cared for my son.
So this is a son about another relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
And she wanted to bring him into your household in your current relationship?
I wanted to bring him. We both wanted to bring him in.
But it was an agreement?
Yes, ma'am. We both wanted to bring him in.
Was it an agreement?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
But now that it didn't happen, is it because he's with the baby? Are you with the baby's mom?
No, ma'am. But we are best friends. She has another relationship.
So is that why you want the money back? Because he's with the baby's mother?
No, that has nothing to do with it.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
Everything that you did in the marriage in terms of spending money, did you do everything together, assuming that the relationship was going to be a marriage?
And an update on the case of Ginger Lott versus Raymond Lott.
Look, she loved me, but I didn't love her.
You shouldn't have married if you didn't love her.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court returns as Rachel Turner pleads her case for the reimbursement of lawyer fees she paid to get custody of James' son.
Did the attorney put in the time?
He did put in the time, yes, ma'am, but he did not show up to court. He did not go to court.
I did show up for court.
But did you agree to pay the money?
Did I agree to pay? Yes, I agreed to pay.
And you agreed to pay the attorney the money to do
ma'am.
whatever was necessary to get custody proceedings started so that he could get, the two of you could get custody of his son. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am,
And
I
the
did.
attorney performed those services?
Yes, ma'am.
There was never any promise that you were going to stay together forever?
Thank you.
No, there wasn't. But there
what?
I was assuming we were doing this together to get our son back.
But
to
did
get
you
our
do
son our
everything that you did in the marriage in terms of spending money? Did you do everything together, assuming that the relationship was going to be a marriage? Every time you did anything in terms of whatever you bought, wherever you went, wasn't it on the assumption that it was going to be together?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I use that theory, everybody that came in here for a divorce, I'd have to give them back every dime they ever put into the marriage.
Thank you.
Starting with the money for the stockings and the pantyhose.
Thank you.
But he hasn't bought me anything.
Whatever.
You missed my whole point.
No, I understand.
And I'm just going to end this and say, request denied. Court's adjourned.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Ginger Lott versus Raymond Lott.
45 minutes after we married, she come tell me she wasn't seeing another guy.
What?
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? To appear before a real judge on a new court show, call 877-777-0099. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Ginger Lott said when she found out she was pregnant with her son, her husband told her the marriage was over.
I'll take care of him, but I don't want to have nothing to do with you.
What?
Look, she loved me, but I didn't love her.
You shouldn't have married if you didn't love her.
45 minutes after we married, she come tell me she wasn't seeing another guy.
Oh, wait, Mr. Lott, she had the baby. I don't see him because of her. She was the one having an affair. Why don't you point that finger this way?
Ginger wanted Raymond to pay her child support. The judge ordered him to pay $400 a month. After leaving court, Raymond decided he wanted to be a more responsible father and now spends time with the children at the park, running relay races, attending birthday parties, and playing video games. He even wants to move closer to the kids. He has plans to marry his girlfriend in the near future. Ginger plans on buying a new house so her children can have a yard to play in.
I think I should have got at least half my money back.
Only a sick woman would sue someone for that kind of leverage, you know, $600 for lawyer fees in which we were trying to get our family together.
He just destroyed everything that I had.
I'm seeing old friends, you know, we hanging out. I mean, I have a girlfriend now who's real understanding about that. Man, my life is turning around for the better.
It's over. Oh, yeah.